Cattlemen attending the 51st Annual Georgia Cattlemen's Association Convention, Beef Expo, and Trade Show heard production, marketing, and legislative updates for their industry. Many also drove away with a new cow they purchased to improve their herds.
The state's cattle industry had a good 2011. The Georgia Cattlemen's Association's 2012-2013 president will be Chuck Joyner, a producer from Carrollton. Cattlemen at the events in Perry told him there's good optimism. Their prices are good. GCA's membership has improved too, but Joyner says there is power in more numbers.
Policy making or environmental reasons or animal welfare or animal rights people, all these things affect the cattle industry, and especially us as producers, because there's so many forces out there that are against us. We represent so few of the population. Less than 1% of the people in the United States are producing food. So it's our responsibility to educate the consumer on what wholesome product that we produce.
Colin Woodall of the National Cattlemen's Beef Association said a good example of the activist work is the coalition formed by the Humane Society of the U.S. and the United Egg Producers to regulate poultry cage sizes. Woodall said the mechanism they have chosen to implement it is really the problem for all livestock producers.
Because they want Congress to get involved and to mandate these laying cage sizes. We have a slew of rules and regulations that we have to deal with every day in agriculture, but to date, Congress has not told us how to produce that calf, how to produce that egg. They've stayed out of it. This would be a game changer. This would be Congress mandating a production practice.
The Environmental Quality Incentives Program, or EQIP, according to Woodall, has been a successful cost-share program between the federal government and cattlemen that's conserved land.
One of the things that we've said is, look, everybody's going to take a cut in this farm bill. What we want to do is make sure that we streamline these programs, make them as effective and efficient as possible. That way we're not spending money on bureaucratic red tape, we're actually spending money on projects.
And one of the speakers tied to the processing side of the industry said there are 3 things producers should be looking for.
Tom Brink is the president and COO of JF Oklahoma Holdings Incorporated, part of JBS and their multi-state 5 Rivers feedlots. He said they want cattle with medium frames. A 750 to 800 pound steer, for example, should finish at close to 1,400 pounds.
We find that finish weight, which is not an exceptionally large weight, but it's an ideal weight, those cattle give us more performance. They tend to eat feed up to a point very well. They tend to convert feed well.
He said another point should be the attention to good health care management. Then there is the overall composition or breeding program.
What we're looking for as far as the ideal feeder steer probably is an animal that has 50 to 75% Angus in its background. That'll bring some marbling in, that'll bring some consumption in. There's a lot of carcass genetics available in the Angus breed, that's a plus.
Lot number 16 in Geneva, Alabama. We 75 steers at $775.
A tele-auction isn't a new way to market cattle, but it's very effective to buy and sell the animals long distance or just down the road. The Georgia Farm Bureau's Commodity Advisory Committee for Beef held their spring meeting during the convention. Commissioner of Agriculture Gary Black discussed beef issues, including the controversial lean, finely textured beef, and how the department's Georgia Grown program could help promote beef in the future. I'm Rick Treptow for the Georgia Farm Monitor.